Canyon. I want to take a minute just to set some expectations on what to expect when you guys order your big dog adhesives. When you guys order your adhesive, it's going to come just like this in a package. You're going to get your adhesive and you're going to get 2 tips. It does take the Quadro tips. These are the best tips on the market. And it's going to come just like this. I know most of you guys have these Quadro tips in bulk around your shops, but with every cartridge you will get 2 extra tips. So go ahead and, it's ready to go. If your installers forget to grab tips out of your shop, they're right here in the bag when they go to pull those field seams. The adhesives do come in a 50 milliliter cartridge, a 250 milliliter cartridge, and a 500 milliliter cartridge. So what I would recommend if you're doing mostly residential kitchens, I'd probably stick with the 250 milliliter. If you're a shop and you're doing mostly repairs, I'd probably roll with the 50 milliliter. And if you're a large commercial shop that's just running linear inches of edges out the door all day long, I'd probably go with a 500 milliliter. One question we get asked all the time is, how do I know how much glue to order, right? I mean, we used to just estimate 1 tube per sheet or a half tube per sheet, or we ballpark it. Oh, it looks like that takes about 2 tubes. Here's some good ballpark numbers that you guys can use to tighten up your estimates and maybe get a little bit more profit and hopefully not have as much extra glue left over after each job. Obviously, the more glue we sell you, we appreciate that, but here's some good ballpark numbers. On a 50 milliliter tube, you can expect to get about 90 linear inches. On a 250 milliliter tube, you can expect to get about 450 linear inches. And if you're on a 500 milliliter tube, you're going to get roughly 900 linear inches. Now, obviously, that's going to vary from your fabricator to fabricator. Some guys in the shop put down really heavy beads. Obviously, you're going to get less linear inches if he's doing that. Some guys put down really light beads. It's going to go a lot further there. But a good estimate is 90 linear inches on a 50 milliliter, 450 linear inches on a 250 milliliter, and 900 linear inches on a 500 milliliter. That'll be a good ballpark number for you guys when you guys are doing your estimates. Just calculate up your linear inches of edge and then just divide it by those numbers to figure out how many cartridges you need to get. One thing when you look at the cartridges, that, as I mentioned, they do take the Quadro tips. When you look at this, it's going to come with the cap on it to secure it. This will be the retaining ring that'll secure your Quadro tip. When you take it off, you're going to pull out the little nipple and you are good to go. Recommend you guys save these so that when you guys are done with the adhesives, you can put them back in, plunges in nice and clear, keeps it from getting cross-contaminated and getting any plugs in there. If you do look, it is the 2 separate openings. You've got the opening for the adhesive and you got the opening for the catalyst. Really important, you always make sure that the catalyst and these guys are not plugged up so that when you're squeezing it through that tip, it's nice and consistent. But if you can save these, great. I know in most shops, they throw away the plugs. It's fine to just leave the old tip on there. You can cut the tips in the chop saw. We stored all of our adhesives in the fridge. You do not need to store your adhesives in the fridge. If you are in a shop like Texas or Arizona where it gets super hot, it might be worthwhile to keep them in a fridge. My old shop was in Arizona. Our small shop here in Texas, it gets super hot. So, I mean, an old fridge was $150 and we just keep all of our adhesives in it. I mean, odds are it'll be fine at room temperature and you won't have any issues, but that's just a practice we've done. It's always seemed to work for us. And it seems like our adhesives stay a lot better and the catalyst stays a lot clearer. That's just my personal opinion though. And like everybody knows about opinions. So go from there. You will need an adhesive gun. These guns are becoming quite popular. They're a good economic solution for the 250 milliliters. You can also get the mix pack guns if you want. They're nice, a little bit more expensive than this, but these guys are a great solution and they work great for the field. You will notice it is a 10-to-1 adhesive. That 10-to-1 means there's 1 part catalyst for every 10 parts of adhesive. The one thing you'll need to look at is, I'm sure every one of you guys have experienced, putting down the glue and having a section that does not kick, it does not get hard. The reason for that is the mixture of the catalyst to the adhesive did not come out right through the tip. And the number one reason for that is there's an air pocket or something was created in here so that when the plunger was plunging the catalyst, if there is an air pocket, that air just compresses and no catalyst is coming out the tube because the air is compressing. Generally that happens because you've got a guy that's really cranking on this fast. When you guys are putting out the adhesive, you just want to pull nice and consistent and nice and smooth. That'll help if there is any air pockets or anything. It'll just be a nice, smooth, steady expenditure right through the tube there. If you guys are using pneumatic guns, that'll help eliminate any of that pulsing that might cause there not to be enough catalyst. Another trick that you can do, and this helps eliminate that chance by nearly 100%, is rather than just putting 1 solid thick bead down, you could do 1 thin bead going this way, come back and do 1 thin bead going the other way. That way, if there is any section that maybe had some pulsing and didn't get catalyst in it, since you've gone back 2 ways, it's nearly impossible that you're going to have 2 areas that don't have catalyst in it. That way you're going to have catalyst in all sections of the edge, and there's going to be almost a 0 failure rate doing it that way. So just a couple of hints for you guys. Just want to let you know what to expect with your big dog adhesives. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email, give us a call. We'd love to come out and help you guys take your business to the next level. Talk to you soon.